farcical fabricator, or temporal traveler? Who was the mysterious John Titor? In this episode of the Erich Andreas Unexplained, I submit to you Time Travel _0, John Titor, The Tempest of Time. Go, Ray.
Hey, Andreas, did you get my fax?
Fax? What a fax machine?
That's kind of embarrassing. Not too hip on the latest technology, are you there, Ching Chang?
Ching Chang? I guess not.
Andreas, I wonder if you could go back in time. Would you take back that lurid comic you made about gimps and dwarves? Hey, Andreas, I gotta go now. I gotta go and send Nadia a fax of my pumpkin plunger. Pumpkin plunger.
November 2nd, 2000. Where were you? Where were you? Where were you? I was on an Arctic expedition, and I was locked in a tense exchange with the last remaining Urus Mauritius Tyrannus, and barely made it out alive.
Pretty sure I was playing Pokemon or something. I don't remember clearly. I'm fairly certain that was around the time that the Game Boy Advance was really, heating up things and gold and silver was happening. That's my recollection. What do you think, people?
I don't know. I mean, I was like 4.
Oh.
So I might have been stealing a bottle of mini M&Ms on accident from a grocery store.
See, that's...
Peanut?
No, mini M&Ms.
Oh, yeah, you can't have
little
the
tubes.
The minis are just plain, aren't they?
She said tube.
Yeah, on accident. And my mom told me in some sort of way that G.I. Joe was going to come get me.
I see.
Like small soldier style?
Don't know. I don't know what that was at the time, but it scared me.
Can't trust people who talk about small soldiers.
That's brilliant. Well, we'd like to welcome back the glamorous Natasha Elle. She's just going to give you a brief overview, because she's still reeling from it, of her experience in Salzburg early December. She was doing an entertainment expose in Salzburg during the Krampuslauf, the Krampus run, and not a good experience, so bad that she had lost her voice for almost a month, and she became quite ill too, no doubt due to the stress and the trauma.
Couple weeks, but yeah, there's not much to say on the matter. They were crazy stuff. It was out of control. But I want to move on from that.
Well, okay.
But they did target you specifically, right?
I don't really think I was a specific target.
Well, I was telling her it might have helped if she hadn't have done the news expose that she was doing in a bikini in the dead of winter. For some reason, she found that a necessity. But, ratings are ratings.
Right.
It's better than sitting on Santa's lap. You never know what's going to pop up.
Did you have a personal experience?
I'm not going to talk about it.
Oh boy, Secret Santa, huh? Late night sneaky uncle, Secret Santa. All right. Yeah, look in that pouch, huh? So,
I was going to strangle that guy with a fucking Stretch Armstrong.
Oh, is this a true story?
Oh, the days of Grimmhauser.
Oh boy. All right, I bet you if Ray was here, he'd have something to say on that.
It probably was Ray,
yeah.
For all I know.
So let's start off with the supposed time traveler, John Titor. And the funniest thing about John Titor is, well, it's not funny. I don't know why I always say that. But he, 1998, sent in a fax to the Great Art Bell, coast to coast, the Great Art Bell. Rest in peace, Art Bell, please. And about some specifics that were going to happen and things that had a lot to do with the specificities of time travel. And the way that he explained things was highly believable, disappeared for a couple of years. And then he came back in 2000 on a forum, a time traveler forum, a pretty serious one too, a scholarly one. And he was giving explanations of why he was here in 2000 and why what his machine looked like, how it functioned. Very, very accurate. And on these forums, he actually carried a bit of weight. And John Titor, oh my God, what do we think? And but on that Time Traveler Institute forum, he went by I've heard two explanations of this. He went by the username of time travel _0 or time travel 0. And that's pretty cool, I think. But what do we think on John Titor?
Two things. One, it'd be hard as hell to get that username now. Two, how did he get back in time? Did he say what he used?
Well, a specific device, time machine.
There's actually diagrams of that.
Yeah, diagrams, we'll try to put some of those.
And a picture.
Yeah, and the pictures.
Okay.
But it was attached to a Chevrolet Corvette, and then transferred to a truck.
I heard it was actually like a 500-pound device that could fit in a large suitcase. And so that's how they put it in and out of it.
500 pounds?
All right.
About 500 pounds. You can't move it by yourself, so you would actually need someone else to.
No, you see,
You need like 3 people to help you.
and see Natasha, Elle, because she's in the entertainment field, she has access to information that us as laymen would never have. So yes.
It's just
And this isn't even necessarily Natasha's subject. However, like I said, she has access to.
Contacts in the shadow government.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
It's just called digging deep on the internet.
Okay.
Dark web.
Digging deep.
I also heard a theory that he posted a lot on those forums so that he, in different parallel, universes or times, places that he's at, that he could actually access some information that he might need to remember or he might need to see that he wrote himself.
Oh.
So that he has a place to go where he could go look at stuff that he might have forgotten, like about how it works, this or that, whatever.
Okay. Because
I don't know. It's a theory. I mean,
because they did say that he stopped in 2000
Yeah.
for personal reasons.
right, but there might have just been certain things that he put out there to people that he could go look at.
I think he probably came back because there was a couple
thing-
of chicks that he knew about.
It'd make a lot more sense
If he
than what
could
actually
travel
happened.
through time, I'm sure he had access to a lot of chicks.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, because Doc Brown did it the right way. Okay? DeLorean, 88 miles per hour, 1.21 gigawatts, and women. He figured it out.
What happened to 90? But it only went 88?
That's as fast as you need to go to travel through time.
Oh, okay.
88 miles per hour.
All right. That's interesting. Yeah, because he put it in the vehicles because it needed to be mobile. They had to have a legitimate heavy-duty suspension. And so, yeah, that's interesting.
I mean, the DeLorean's not like a tank or anything, but it got the job done.
The Volvo engine, I believe, too, on that.
Yeah, but plus those doors, what was those called? Like Lamborghini doors almost.
Yeah.
Those were so cool.
Yes, I agree. I agree on that.
It's supposed to be with black holes. That's the theory of time travel. It's through using black holes too.
Okay, well, we just don't take this in a racist direction. Cool. So he also came back to retrieve a specific computer, an IBM Model 5100 from 1975, which had a special something inside of it that only a few people actually really even knew about, and he needed that for a specific reason, which is interesting because
spoke different computer languages.
Yeah, something like that.
It could translate all kinds of different computer
and people say, well, that's ridiculous. In the future, they can't figure that kind of stuff out. Well, NASA had to buy parts off of eBay.
Exactly.
Yeah, so who knows?
It's supposedly what the theory is that from 2036, some sort of crash happens, right?
Yeah.
Like a communication. This is the theory, right? We don't know.
Well, he is from, I think he was from 2036, but 2064 goes blank.
It's actually 2564.
25. Oh.
That's where he found nothing else.
Oh,
After 2564.
corrected.
That's what I saw.
Well, why don't you just start your own show?
I'm not a computer. I thought it. I saw 2564.
Okay, all
But
right.
yeah, 2064 would be so much more scary because I could kind of like.
You might live that
I
long.
partially believe some of this. Like, what if in 2064 everything was over?
Well, just in case,
I would live life differently.
please someone
That's
comment
true. I was
in the
living
comments.
on the edge.
Correct either one of us on this. The thing about it is, though, if 2064 is legitimate and everything goes black, I don't have a lot to worry about these two, I don't know, a man of a certain age.
Oh,
However, what the problem also may be is if you are viewing this episode, the Time Traveler John Titor episode, on YouTube, you could be literally viewing this 10 years from now. And I will
10 years from now?
Yeah.
The 2036. That's probably when there's a war.
Yeah, well, then I'll be long gone.
In 2036.
no, you're still gonna have to deal with some shit.
With a little luck,
11 years from now.
I got a lot of.
You really think all you have is 11
I'm gonna give you
years?
20.
If I
30
luck
years.
out, I got a lot of debt. I got these, I got problems.
But listen. What is that really? Come on.
I gotta
What is
tell
it
you,
really?
you're gonna live another 20, 30 years, not because of any good reason, just because life doesn't work that way, bro.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So, you know, maybe stop lying to yourself.
Yeah, my grandmother lived to be a excruciating old age, and
See?
just because she was a hard ass. Yeah,
Exactly,
Yeah.
see, and
she
she-
got it. She got her fundamental exercise in by beating me to a pulp, and every single beating that I got from my parents and my grandmother, I deserved 100 times worse. It was almost like I got away with murder, as
Is it
a
when he
little
got you
kid.
up?
Oh yeah,
Damn.
I was not a good kid.
Okay, so I mean, I got beatings as a kid, and I deserved them, but it wasn't like that.
Oh
I
yeah.
might have gotten the belt here and there, but then, around 16 or so, I was talking to my dad, so, game on.
Oh man. No,
My mom hated me.
She what?
She hated me. Just kidding.
Was she jealous? Well, there are mothers like that.
Let's just not go into
They
it.
get upset. They get upset when their daughters come out and their daughters are strikingly beautiful and their looks are in decline.
Aw,
Is that
I
it?
don't know if it has to do with that.
All right.
But
Could
I
be.
probably shouldn't talk about that
Yeah, you should've-
on air.
you
Maybe
should-
we should have skipped
You
past
should have
that.
went.
All right.
You should have went with that. So he predicted a civil
let's just say a
war.
wizard did it. So let's see.
John Titor predicted a civil war in 2004, which did not happen. Then he also said there would be a nuclear exchange. Well, he didn't say exchange.
Well-
I said exchange in 2015.
There was a civil war in 2004, I believe.
No, there was not.
The Marvel Civil War. Let's talk about
This is a theory I heard about that.
Okay.
That people think because his predictions are so off and that stuff didn't happen, that it must be a hoax, right? It
Yeah.
must, because he's so
Yep.
off, he's so wrong. But there's also people that think that possibly traveling in parallel universes over and over again might alter things in the world by like 1-2%. And that's, some people think like that's where the Mandela effect comes from. Like,
Yeah,
why is everything
yes.
different? Just a little tiny bit different, and it just racks everyone's brains. But like that, things might just change ever so slightly. That maybe because of all those changes compounding, that maybe it's off by a little bit. Maybe the Civil War's coming up soon.
Look, I mean,
Maybe he's off by 20
Yes.
years or so.
Yeah, there we are. Yeah.
Who knows?
And there's
We don't know.
there's
about that for a second.
people have been
I'll stew on that for a minute.
speaking of a civil war. They believe that it may be coming up. So yeah, very well may be the
Exactly,
case.
right?
Yeah.
It's like there's talk of it now, so like maybe it was just off.
But yeah, because he didn't predict 9/11. He came out in 2000, and he didn't predict COVID. He predicted though bovine disease, mad cow disease.
Yeah. Well, I mean, J.R.R. Tolkien, he predicted 9/11. If you remember him writing The Two Towers.
Really? Well, I know about the Dude Towers, but I didn't know if there was a.
think on that for a bit.
No, I heard a theory on that, but I don't remember it. Yeah.
9/11, well, what was it? It was that in one of the forums he said, like, I lived in this city or whatever, like where are the towers? Like, there were these towers. So, like, he somehow visited before 9/11 happened, but, or no, after 9/11 happened and the towers are gone, right? Wondering where they are. Because he didn't know, he just didn't know. But, how could you know everything? I don't know.
Yeah.
How, even if you're from the future and you're coming back for missions or whatever, how can you know every little thing that's supposed to happen? You don't. Like, it's not like your mind just is infinite. You have to specifically seek out certain things still.
I could study a subject for 1 year straight and have the majority of it memorized, and I would still screw it up. I would still screw it up.
I'm not, my memory is not that, like, crazy great.
Look,
but
there's nothing wrong with y'all. Just most shit is not worth remembering.
maybe.
Okay.
It just isn't. Let me tell you guys, what's more important to remember right now? How many female Smurfs there were? Or who was president in 1475? The answer is there was no one who was president in 1475. You should have thought about that.
Hey,
Yeah, I was
Greg,
gonna
who
say.
comes up with questions like that? That's a good question.
People who don't care.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, so
Smurfs. Is that what you think about?
There was one
Is
female
that what
Smurf.
you think about?
Smurfette. Come on. She was the
Not everyone cares about those kind of
she
cartoons.
was the Eve to their Adams. Anyway,
All right.
I liked, we're going to speak about cartoons for a second. I was more of a fan of Thundar the Barbarian and that chick. What was that other girl?
you know, I don't remember the girl's name.
Oh, yeah. There was Thundar the Barbarian, Ugla the Mock, and Princess Ariel.
Oh, yeah. Woo. You didn't like Thundercats? Chitara?
Maybe.
He-Man? She-Ra? Come on, man.
Oh, yeah, She-Ra.
Yeah.
All right. So most popular ID theories on who John Titor was, besides being a true time traveler, was an attorney, the most popular one, I think, well, at least that I could find. Larry Haber was an entertainment attorney in Florida, but he had a brother, the smart one, the clever one, and Maury Haber. And Maury Haber knew more about the specifics of engineering and how it would work. Yeah, and it sounds, I guess there's even a, I don't want to say a trust, but something set up to still rake in some bunts off of this. Some bunts of burner.
He was a
nice
nerd
little
when it
learner.
mattered to be a nerd. Okay.
They only thought that because he later represented John Titor's family.
Yeah, yes.
Because of all the craziness.
Yeah.
Because people bothering them and asking questions and going to where they live, where they work.
But there were 3 Haber brothers, and all 3 of them
that theory
seemed to
would-
be really, really clever when it came to.
They would have been on the
specifics.
radar if, like, I guess, if they, weren't representing the family, unless. I think some people think that he is John Titor. Yeah.
Yeah.
The main
Possible.
one.
Well, they think
it's possible.
that
yeah.
Maury was the
Yeah.
one that was John Titor, but they also
knows?
say that in the forums, Maury was John Titor's brother. And
Maury
then there was
Povich? Or,
no,
okay.
no Maury, no.
Lawyer.
And
Or
there
attorney.
wasn't a Connie Chung waiting in the wings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Donald Trump was one too.
Yeah, because he's a troll.
Listen,
they thought
I
because he was a
haven't
troll.
read into
Yeah.
the theory at all.
You know,
That would be so
2000,
cool if
that maybe it was
Trump
Donald
was,
Trump doing that.
That'd be so cool, Trump.
Based on what he's done on X, even though I really still prefer to call it Twitter, Mr. Musk, but whatever. It would be hilarious if it was him the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Just bored as hell doing that stuff. As much as I don't understand him as a businessman, as a heckler, he is a master.
Right, but before he did his Rosie O'Donnell bashing, which I loved. I loved every second of that. I loved
You
it.
didn't like Roseanne at all?
No, Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, I'm thinking
Yeah.
of Roseanne Barr. Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
I didn't really remember. What was Rosie O'Donnell in?
Well, no, she had her own terrible, terrible chat show where she pretended like she was in love with Tom Cruise for the longest time. Anyone remember that? She pretended like she was in love with Tom Cruise.
I don't, but I remember who she is, and I think my dad made fun of her
yeah,
too.
she, brutal.
She was in that first Flintstones movie, the live action one, right?
Oh,
She was
I
Betty.
wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Probably, yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't cast her to play Fred. Anyway, that's it. I got off a little cutie. So that's the alternative theory on that.
Even if there's all kinds of theories, I'll think about that. Like some stuff, like it was too much detail to know.
I
If you
think
were just
so.
trolling in the current time.
And I
It is
so
too much.
want to believe it.
It's I I kind of do too. I don't know if I want to. I kind of do believe it a little bit.
Well, the
I
thing
don't know
about
exactly
it is
what
that
I believe about it. But I believe
he supposedly had a
Believe
moral compass of some
not?
sort because people were trying to get information on the stock market and on who won the Super Bowl, and he refused to even engage in that
Oh,
kind,
here we
that
go
kind of
again.
stuff. When he could have been selling some fake information,
He could have grabbed the...
making, like I said, a little bit of bunts out of that.
Look, we have to go back to the Future again. Marty McFly had the foresight to grab Farmer's Almanac. It was that easy.
Yeah.
Even Biff figured it out.
Speaking of time cop, so right now, perfect segue, let's get into Grimmhauser's movie moments. Take it away, Grimmhauser.
Time travel. Okay. Obviously, let's start with Terminator. That guy Kyle, I don't remember his last name, goes back to the past.
Wasn't Rittenhauser, right? Wasn't Rittenhauser, was it?
I don't remember his last name.
No, it's a joke.
But Kyle goes back to the past to save Sarah Connor, who had not yet given birth to John Connor, and turns out to be John Connor's Dad? And don't even bother me about spoilers. This was in like 1985 or something, guys. You should have seen this by now. Thank you. An epic movie in its own right. Scary, but not as awesome as what followed. The stronger movie, the sequel. The best of both worlds between practical and special effects. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Holy crap.
I have to agree.
That is an epic film.
Yes, I have to agree.
And I feel bad that I don't remember the name of the guy who plays the T-1000. Liquid metal dude. I don't remember.
Yeah, he was in The Sopranos too. I forgot his name. Yeah, I forgot his name. Patrick something?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he was awesome. And he
It was
deserves.
really awesome. I remember seeing that in the theaters, and when he started running,
Yeah.
which I thought looked awesome, people were laughing.
He looked menacing.
Yeah, I know. I remember
don't think it's
laughing,
funny.
and I go, "No, yeah, that's not funny. This is badass. This
This
guy
dude is crazy.
Yeah,
And then when Arnold is sitting there with his shotgun, like, doing the little shotgun flip and shooting,
exactly.
I was like, I need to learn how to do that.
I would have to say, even though there was no way to remove it from the script, was I don't like movies that have like little kids in it, you know, whatever, for the cutesy
Yeah.
effect. And I don't think he was cutesy Edward. What was his Edward somebody?
You're talking about
Edward Furlong?
the kid who played John Connor?
The kid though. In
Yeah.
the second one, yeah.
Yeah, John Connor.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
I didn't find him cutesy, but
I know.
He meant like in a serious
Yeah.
story.
Oh, I
The
haven't seen the
affection.
series.
Yeah, I just
Or caring
but
about
it was
it.
necessary for the script, obviously.
I'm with
so
you on
I
this.
yeah, but
That kid was great.
no, he was great. They found him playing pinball. He wasn't even an actor, and he had a look or something. But
That's the second time I've heard a story like that.
and the thing about it is, after the movie, from what I understand, he became a real deadbeat.
Well, you know, some of
happen.
us are one-hit wonders.
Yeah,
That just happens.
yeah.
It's just like that kid who played Pugsley in the Addams Family movies, the 90s ones. They just saw him sit there playing, and they liked him better than the kid who actually played Pugsley. And there you go. He gets like 2 lines in the movie, but it's because him standing there doing shit is good enough as Pugsley. Go bigger.
What did you think of Time Cop with some Van Damage? Do you remember that? I think
It's been a
Mia
long-
Sara was in that.
You're right.
Yeah.
Although Mia Sara, if you need to talk about her, I usually think about Legend first.
No, yeah, I thought Legend was pretty cool, yeah.
But fair, Time Cop.
Yeah.
Van Damme, you can't go wrong. And unfortunately, I'm not 100% like remembering Time Cop super well because whenever I think about Van Damme, I think about Bloodsport. You know, I can't
I liked Time Cop. I remember I rented that on there was something like if you had basic cable, you could rent it for like $3.99. And what was that called? This movie rental thing because I rented it like 3 times. You know, I remember ordering like 4 medium-sized Pizza Hut pizzas just for myself, and a 6-pack of root beer, and watching that
Feast.
and eating all of it, like eating myself into oblivion.
That's a King's Feast right there, sir.
Yeah.
All right, well, if you want to go,
Depression.
what about you, Natasha? What did you see that you really stuck with you, like time travel-wise movies?
Well, I don't think everyone considers it a time travel movie, but Interstellar.
Oh,
No, I guess it
McConaughey.
It
What up?
is. It is. Like
Yeah.
you don't think of it as I guess,
it was that
starting
movie,
out, but I mean it's about like
It's very
parallels and
cerebral. That
That was a high
Black holes
concept
and-
movie.
yeah.
parallel universe.
Tell us, yeah. Like, can you
Ah.
remember kind of like how it went?
I am not good at describing movies. You just need to watch it. If you haven't watched Interstellar, watch it.
There you go.
I mean, honestly, just watch it. It's really cool, really amazing movie.
Yeah.
Amazing.
She doesn't want to tell you it's a McConaughey, so let's move on.
All right.
I'm just not good at talking about movies.
That's fair.
All right. That's
then-
why we have Grimmhauser's
Exactly.
movie moments.
Okay.
Have
Yeah.
someone for that.
So then the next time travel movie, and I'm gonna end it at this one. Technically speaking, not a time travel movie, but Demolition Man. Oh no!
Snipes. Stallone.
Yes, the dream duo. I never knew I needed this film. John Spartan, an elite like SWAT unit type guy, has been trying to catch. What's this type's character? Was it Simon Phoenix for 2 years? The psychopath motherfucker. He tries to catch him for 2 years, and he finally corners him in a burning building. You know, we'll just leave it at that, and then gets arrested for doing all that. Why? But what's their solution to all this?
Freeze dry them. Right?
Yeah, you're good. You're a good guy. Let's just freeze dry you. You know, make Dippin' Dots out of you. Why not? And then he wakes up in the year like 2036 in what's called beautiful San Angeles, and cursing's illegal. And you don't have toilet paper. You have to figure out the 3 seashells.
And everything is Taco Bell.
Everything is Taco Bell.
What are you guys talking about?
Exactly.
No, that sounds like something I really don't want to see, just to be honest.
But you do.
Yeah.
Do I want to waste my time with it, though? I don't have very much time. Is that one I should waste my time on?
Do you like to laugh at really crazy shit?
Not
Send her
really.
bullets in it.
Not
If
really.
that matters.
Okay,
If I want to laugh at really crazy shit, I just listen to you talk.
Okay, fair enough. Natasha won't care for this.
Boy.
But yeah, Sandra Bullock. And there's even a few other actors you might recognize, such as Rob Schneider, Benjamin Bratt.
Benjamin Franklin.
Probably. It was a time travel movie, so who knows?
Wasn't that old?
But ultimately, the world had come to this point where cursing, spicy food, sex, direct sex anyway, and whatnot is illegal without a license. And people are supposed to be nice to each other, kind to each other, and think happy thoughts all the time.
Yeah.
And Simon
So
Phoenix did not care for that version of the world, neither did John Spartan, and they demolished it. That is a very roundabout way of talking about the movie, but that's what you get. Boss?
That's funny. Yeah, so I would have to say that out of all the serious ones, I would say Interstellar's right up there. But I had this fondness for Time Cop. I really do, and I don't know. And I'm not even a huge Van Damme fan.
Come on, man.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm
say?
not a fan. But I just I do like him. But I like the concept, because to me, those are the kind of movies, the time traveler movies, that. It has the individual thinking, though, the watcher, the absorber thinking, what would I do? And I know exactly what I would do. There's lots of things I would do. So what we would do if we were in that case,
Okay.
you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
another good show. It's called Dark.
Dark.
It's
Is it the German one?
Yes.
I saw it.
It was on Netflix.
It was on Netflix for a long time.
ago,
Yeah, it was like 2 seasons.
Really good.
I was surprised.
That was really good. It's
Yeah.
a different language, but you get sucked in either way.
I think you can still find it like on Amazon Prime. I'm not 100% about that, but I think so.
That was really good.
Okay.
I think I told you to watch it a long time ago.
It was actually really good.
Probably, but
You might want to catch that.
well, the thing about Natasha, she has a few of those dry martinis, and she starts sending out multiple texts at 3 o'clock in the morning. They're not pleasant. So I've learned, and she's going to send me dark in the middle of the night, after on a Friday night, 3 o'clock in the morning, or Friday morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I know better than to even open some of them, because it's,
Just wait till you had your coffee at least.
because talk about dark.
I mean, I'll deal with some really messed up stuff at about 6 in the morning, but before that, I don't think I can handle it.
Okay.
And Natasha takes it up to 11, so I'm just gonna have to pass.
I don't think I've ever texted you.
Well, yeah, you say that.
That's those martinis.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't think I even know what your phone number is.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Whose phone number do we know? But if you think about it.
8675309.
When I say that, I mean like in your phone.
Jenny,
Is it
Jenny.
in your phone? No, it's not in my phone.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
All right. Now, that doesn't mean anything to him, but you know what does mean something to Blake Grimmhauser? Ragu pasta sauce, original and spicy with extra meat. What says you, Grimmhauser?
When you're good to mama, mama's good to you. Ragu. Yummy.
Yeah.
Okay. Hearty ragu pasta sauce, rich, delicious, and full of flavor. Learn how to cook, you lazy giddy, and you won't have to serve this crap. Per usual, Ray Casper, go.
Hey, Andreas, who's the new glamour girl trader?
That's Natasha. Elle, you know who she is. She lost her voice.
I choose to forget the backstabbing rods who can't be bothered with coming on my big show.
Well, first of all, Ray, it's my show, and she was very ill.
She was getting ill, all right. Shaking it all over Salzburg, handing out a free feel and a whiff to all the grievances.
Is that true?
No.
Of course it's not
How
true.
does he know that?
I don't know this guy at all.
Piss off back to Salzburg, you Hebrew hussy.
Okay. Thank you, Ray.
Whoa.
That is unbelievable. Oh, like I said, no. All right, so anyway, Natasha, Ray was having a fit because you weren't on for so long, so he was actually pretending like he forgot who you were or you didn't exist,
fine with
because that's
me.
his game. But
Yeah,
It's fine with me. I prefer
He's
it
like,
that way.
he's going like by that like that 15-year-old boy logic, you know, ignore the girl until she wants you again, which
If she never did and never will.
exactly. She had to want you in the first place, man. Think this through.
All right, let's
Well,
go. I think he really wants.
well, hopefully before the show ends, we'll get a quick explanation on Ning Poo and what went on there, but that's a different story for a different time. Well, there's something there smells. Something's rotten about that whole thing.
Yeah, it's pumpkin.
Perhaps. So, time travel in general, the John Titor story. Well, let's get a verdict on this. John Titor, time traveler, true story or festering fable? What says you, Grimmhauser?
True. Because let me just tell you, think about it, guys. There's got to be someone to look back and tell us how messed up we are. I need to know that. I need to believe, just for 1 second, that there is a way to go back and then grab the Farmer's Almanac and make some cash.
Yes.
There's got to be a way.
Yes.
Natasha.
I think true. I don't know if every single theory is true about it, but I do think time travel is true, and I think the story is mostly true. I think also that it is possible that what we consider to be aliens might even possibly
Yes.
be time travelers
Some of them.
from other universes.
I like it.
That's my
That's a good one.
idea.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's
I've heard
more
that.
believable to me than aliens.
That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, they're alien to us, but maybe they're just people.
if they look that different to us, they might as well be aliens.
We'll see.
I would like to give it Erich Andreas Unexplained 2 thumbs up. True tale, 98%. And like I said in other shows, it's because sometimes I just really want to believe it.
Yeah.
And I love the story. And I would have to say it was true tale. So not a festering fable, but a true tale.
True tale. TT, people.
Beautiful. The funniest thing is, I keep saying the funniest thing. It's not even funny, but the late Art Bell. I've been doing a lot of listening to the old shows on Art Bell. Believe it or not, there's a pretty good channel on Rumble devoted just to Art Bell, and I love to listen to especially the ones that leave in some of those old commercials from the 90s and the early 2000s. He went away for a while, but he came back. His sad passing in 2018. Very sad. Left a big hole in the hearts of a lot of
Weirdos.
them too. However, but George Norrie, I think he does a very good job. Some people are harsh on George Norrie. I love George Norrie. I really do. I love his voice.
I prefer George Takei, but okay.
George, all right, but Shatner does not. So.
No, but Shatner has other problems.
No, I don't know. He's 168, so he's doing all right, I think. Yeah. But yeah, George Norrie, I believe I don't think he's as in depth with his questioning as Art Bell was, but I think he does a brilliant job, and he has a very very good voice, I think. So, yeah, I like that. I also want to speak on the passing back in December of 2023 of Ian Pundit. He was a Coast to Coast host as well. He wasn't a regular host, but when he was on, he was actually really good.
His last name was Pundit, for real?
Yeah, Ian Pundit, yeah. And Punnett, sorry, not Pundit.
I was going to say.
Punnett. P-U-N-N-E-T, Punnett. Yeah,
Okay.
so sorry. And I should know that because it's written right here. But I remember listening to a show, I believe it was early 2000s, where he actually did this long show on Milton Hershey. And I thinking, I don't want to listen to this. I want to hear about UFO and paranormal and all of the goodies that go along with that.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the candy bar guy. But the more he delved into the background of Milton Hershey and how he came up with that distinctive flavor for Hershey's, how it tastes kind of odd,
yeah,
and how it was a mistake, and how he sold to this company, United Kingdom, this big, he got this big contract he had to fulfill. He didn't even have the facilities to make it, so he had to really move his ass and figure out a way to do it. It was just brilliant. The way Ian Punnett broke the story down was just brilliant. And a sad passing of him, relatively young. And I miss Ian Punnett really bad. Yeah, but
well, okay, people. The Hershey's factory was something else, but like, it's a real Wonka situation, and who doesn't like talking about a chocolatier?
a chocolatier. Yeah, there we go.
You know, the Candyman. Not the guy with the bees, though. Not that dude. We're talking Willy Wonka, okay? Just be clear, not the dude with the bees. That was disturbing.
Now you say not the dude with the bees.
Yeah. So during the 90s, now this is a quick time jump. During the 90s, there was a really big push for B-level horror.
Oh, B-level horror. Okay.
So we're talking Wishmaster. We're talking Child's Play. Hellraiser. Like, all that stuff.
I saw a Candyman movie.
Yeah, and you remember it?
Barely, but you remember.
But you get the idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this guy controlled bees, which I thought was disturbing, but at the same time, I'm like, you're a ghost that controls bees.
Okay. That's funny. I'm getting a host of foul messages now, speaking of disturbing.
Oh.
So, Ray.
Oh, no. Come on, man.
Go, Ray.
Grimmhauser, I wish I could travel back in time and make you and Stanky Stanley Cornhole Cobb clean all the toilets in the aft unlisted.
Really?
Yeah, you and Stanky Cornhole would probably get your jellies from that, you know?
I wish I had gone back in time and deep sixed your ass, bro.
You dirty seat lickers.
See, what is the deal with him and Stanley? The man's name is Stanley Cobb. It's not Cornhole, or what does he call him? Stinky Cornhole?
He calls him Cornhole Cobb. I don't remember because they hate each other, but Mr. Cobb.
Weren't they friends with each other?
Sort of.
Okay.
As much as as one guy who is relatively normal, Mr. Cobb, can be with a guy who likes to bang pumpkins. I don't know. But he was the highest ranking person in our division.
Yeah.
He was the division officer, Mr. Cobb was. Mm-hmm. And I was the one who reported the whole pumpkin incident to him.
Yes.
And for a split second, he didn't believe me, which is understandable because you don't expect that sort of thing. But then I brought the proof from his stateroom that I had to clean.
Well, it's not like they did. It's not. I was going to give it to Natasha.
Did you want?
I don't know. Hold it like a baby. No, but the thing about it is they didn't do sampling on the innards of the.
They didn't have to.
On the remains of the day, as it were.
They didn't have to. We all know the difference between pumpkin pie and cream pie, bro.
All right.
Oh my
It's enough.
We know.
Talked enough about this.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
Let's present. Let's move on.
It's funny that Michaela and Natasha they get a little. Well, you more than Michaela get a little sour about talking about Ray's antics, but
I think it's like certain juvenile humor. It's just not as funny.
I wish it was humor because it happened.
Fine, juvenile stories. It's just not. It doesn't hit the same way.
When reality is juvenile, we want to avoid it, and I agree. I wish I could.
You
But you
could.
keep inviting him back.
Well,
That's true.
like I
That's
said,
actually true.
filler,
Yeah, that is actually true.
filler.
No, we don't need filler.
We don't need Ray.
We could just talk a little bit.
Well, all right. Well, you.
Would you like to talk about like archaeological empiricism or, the state of Vienna back in, the 1600s? I don't know. Anything else.
Early Renaissance sketchings, perhaps?
Anything else.
Anything else? Well, anyway, thank you so much for tuning into this latest episode of the Erich Andreas Unexplained. Once again, I'd like to extend an invitation to like and subscribe and leave a foul comment if you so desire, telling us how little we know. And
please.
yeah, exactly.
Challenge us.
Yeah, what do you think?
We
What
want
do you
to know
even,
more.
Do you think? Do you think? I doubt it.
And we would love to have some suggestions besides the mainstream ones for a next show topic. And okay. Oh, this is good. I thought this was a good one. Yeah. But I'll take the smile off both your faces. Go, Ray.
Thank you for tuning in to the Ray Casper
Not your show. Not your show.
I'm Ray Casper. Now that Erich Andreas and Grimmhauser are done playing pickup sticks with their pee holes, I'd like to invite the traitorous Nadia Elle over to the Ray Casper show for a special interview and a pumpkin flavored scotch. What do you say, Nadia? Hello, I'm Ray Casper.
It's never gonna happen.
What do you say, Nadia?
It's absolutely never gonna
Go
happen.
back to
You would-
Pumpkin Hub, bro.
You would not let him interview you?
No. I'm barely here.
Krampus loving hood.
Jeez.
So he sucks up to you and then he turns on you.
You can't trust that guy. You cannot trust him.
All right. So let's do a goodbye cheers.
All right.
Because these Indians,
Oh.
they just stretch out.
Oh.
Cheers, salute. All right.
Charles.
Yes, exactly. All right.
The gimp is home.
Oh, yeah, the gimp is home, so we have to go. And when we say the gimp is home, it's a little friend of hers, and but that's a different story. We could actually do a whole show on the gimp is home.
She's a gimp and she's always coming back home. I don't know. I tell her to go.
And we're not talking about
Don't
gimp
come
mask.
back.
We're talking. Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
come back. She just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Everyone has a gimp in their lives.
Yeah.
True.
So, once again, thank you for tuning in to the Erich Andreas Unexplained, and we will see you in the next one. As per usual, 2 thumbs up and a peace out. Whatever the hell that means.
All right. Bye.